السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Thank you so much for watching this video. Upon the request of many people, inshallah, I will try to summarize some of the effective steps or methods of memorizing the Quran. And in this first episode, I will talk about some external steps which are very significant before actually you sit down and start memorize the Quran. Let's get started. So the first ingredient element that you need to have before starting memorizing the Quran is having pure intention. So having the ikhlas or sincerity of only pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not anyone else. So that you should understand that the Quran is the book of guidance for you and book of blessings, and you do for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's the most and foremost significant element of being a Hifz of the Quran. And the second one is having pure mind. And that's very significant in order to actually memorize and have very good benefit from your memorization. And so in this step, you should stay away from any destructive things while memorizing the Quran, like electronic devices, playing games if you are playing games, and social media if you are using, or if you are watching so many TVs. Actually, at the moment of memorization, you should stay away from these things, and you should have any thing that distract your brain, you distract your mind while memorizing the Quran. If your mind is busy and it's outside of the Quran, you cannot do the memorization. And the third one is also very important step, and that's have your own type of mushaf, a printing version of the Quran, and stick to it. And if you have using also electronic devices, it's better to have one type of print and keep memorizing with that one. And if you want to read from the actual mushaf, the real copy of the Quran, a hard copy, you need to read with the wudu. That's very significant. The reason I'm underlining this is that having with one type of mushaf, one type of print, it makes you familiar with the ayats, and also by the time you build a unique relationship with that mushaf, so you be friend with that one, and it will be very helpful for your memorization, inshallah. So the fourth method is, or way of external method is, there's no age limit. Some people say it's too late for me. It's never too late for you. Or some people say it's very early. My son or my daughter is at the age of 10 or 8 or something like that. It's not early. As soon as a person gets the ability to read and recite the Quran, it's the time to begin actually memorizing the Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, alhamdulillah, gave me the ability, the opportunity to memorize the Quran when I was 9 years old. And at that time, the things that I mentioned, the destructive things, none of them existed. So, and also about the issue of too late for me, for the people who says that I have seen people and actually memorized the Quran when they were 70 or 80, and I had my own student who was memorizing like 2-3 pages a day, and then he was 55 years old. So there's no age limit or age restriction, inshallah. And the final and also the most significant element of memorizing the Quran is getting the fluency of reading the Quran. You have to get the fluency of reading the Quran. So there are some, I have seen many students who are opening a YouTube video and trying to mimic or repeat after the Qari. And they have no ability, they have no skill of reading from the actual Mus'haf. When you open up the page, even the page that they have memorized, they cannot read from the Quran. And it's not a good idea to memorize the Quran while you are not being able to read from the Mus'haf. So that's why you have to get the fluency. You have to have the skill of reading the Quran from the Quran. So that's why I have created many videos, and I posted in my Learn Quran with Qeyam channel. So that's only for that purpose. So my idea is that you need to get the fluency and master the recitation of the Quran before you do your Hifz. And this is very, very, very highly significant. So inshallah, in the next episode, I will talk about some internal steps, the most effective way of when you sit down and have wudu and you have your Mus'haf with you, how to have a very effective way of memorization and get the most useful result outcome from your memorization. We will talk about that one. Stay tuned, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan for watching this video. Jazakumullahu khairan for your time. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends, and comment and like in order to support this Quranic service, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.